There's a girl laying on the ground. He beat her up. I ran over there. I'm bleeding profusely here at the moment.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
It's the South Florida gruesome murder getting national attention.
I'm not sure I even have the words to tell you how I feel.
An innocent couple killed, and that's just the beginning.
They turned a dog loose on them, and it just didn't do any good.
Good evening. Among the many disturbing facts about this attack, it's that police believe the victims had absolutely no connection at all to their suspected killer.
He exhibited superhuman strength and inhuman behavior. We've got team coverage for you, beginning with CBS 4's Carrie Codd, who is live in West Palm Beach. Carrie?
Yeah, we're outside St. Mary's Hospital. That's where a neighbor who tried to stop this attack is recovering from surgery. Investigators say the suspect, Austin Haroof, stabbed that Good Samaritan 5 times. While that man recovers from surgery, the sheriff of Martin County says they're still trying to piece together all the details that led up to this brutal act. Michelle Stevens and her husband John were enjoying a summer night in the open garage of their Tequesta home on Monday, investigators say, when Austin Haroof is accused of attacking them with multiple weapons, stabbing them to death, and then taking bites out of John Stevens' face.
I don't know that I've ever seen anything with this much violence.
Martin County Sheriff William Snyder said they cannot find any connection between Haroof and the murdered couple. He said it's a random attack.
None of this makes sense. There's just not one thing in this case that seems to make sense.
Investigators say Haroof, a student at Florida State University, left a restaurant Monday evening after becoming upset. A short time later, and just a short walk from his father's house, Martin County detectives say Haroof went wild on the Stevenses. Investigators are checking to see if there were drugs like Flocka in Haroof's system. The sheriff says Haroof did not cease his attack despite dog bites and tasers, and it took multiple officers to finally stop him.
The big unanswered question is why he did this and what was the influencing factor.
Also injured was a neighbor who tried to stop the attack. We're told Jeff Fisher saw what was happening and ran to help. Investigators say Haroof stabbed him 5 times in the neck, back, and side. We heard Fisher's 911 call.
There's a girl laying on the ground. He beat her up. I ran over there. I'm bleeding profusely here.
Fisher told 911 he didn't recognize the attacker or know exactly what happened.
I think he had a knife, but I'm not positive.
Steve Fisher says his son is going to survive his injuries.
The guy turned on him, and thank God Jeff haven't had enough sense to get back in the house.
The Martin County Sheriff says the suspect, Haroof, is a good student with no criminal history. He said Haroof was a wrestler and in top physical shape. The sheriff said Haroof is in the hospital and his condition is bad enough that he might not survive. He said the family of the suspect is also torn apart.
They of course are overcome with grief and are dealing with the fact that what their son did, and now they're facing the possibility that they'll lose their son entirely.
The murder not only took the lives of 2 beloved people, but shattered the tranquility of this quiet community.
Yeah, it's a tragedy without words to describe.
The sheriff told us they did not find any of the typical drugs in Haroof's system after an initial test, but the sheriff said it will take a more involved test to determine whether a drug like Flocka was in his system. The sheriff says if it was, it may help explain this level of violence. Live in West Palm Beach, Carrie Codd, CBS 4 News Tonight.